Hey, what's up? It's me. Sorry. Hello, today we are going to be playing more Geometry Dash because I feel like it. Yeah, that's fun. We're not gonna be doing the vault because oop, wrong button. I was trying to make it quieter. I accidentally muted it instead. Anyway, since it's quieter on my end now, I'm gonna turn the volume up on your end now. There. So it should be, hopefully it's like about the same volume. Anyways. But yeah, instead I feel like doing other stuff. More specifically, right now, I feel like doing this one. Because turns out I'm a bit good at it. I mean, I've gotten better on Club Step and the Nightmare, but you know, whatever. By the way, fun fact, the Nightmare really isn't demon difficulty. At one point it actually got demoted to an insane. The only reason why it got put back up to an easy demon is basically a bunch of people got really mad at RobTop because it was a lot of people's first easy demon. So they got, a lot of people got mad at him for removing for making what was a lot of people's first easy demon not an easy demon anymore. So far, as I think most of the parts I've gotten through are just ship. And with the ship, you're pretty much chill. You're pretty much chill as long as you're as long as you're gentle and careful. The problem is I'm having trouble doing that. And it's not like that's straight fly or anything, but having some trouble doing that. Well, some parts of the decorations are blurry. I don't like that effect. It's not uncomfortable to look at. I don't know. It's unsatisfying to look at. You get what I'm saying? Because some parts of the some parts of the same piece of decoration are blurry, some aren't. See, look, I don't like. I know the circles are blurry. I know the circles are blurry on purpose, but that's not what I'm talking about. Also, I think I saw a little bit of a grid of white lines. So I guess that's how they make some decorations like these. Like, I guess that's how they made a solid background. Like, it's pretty solid, but there's still, like, a visible, gap or two in there. And not, like, or two, but yeah, like, if you look, you'll see, if you look at the decorations, you'll see there's some, like, red grid lines in there. I don't know, it's just weird. And not weird, you know. Either way, this level's very impressive and well-made, and it's in a gauntlet for a reason. I'm just noticing things. I couldn't... Like, you know what? I'm not trying to sound like I'm knocking it, because honestly, I'm not gonna knock this, because I couldn't do this. I think this is something that a lot more people should consider. I have no right to complain about this. I couldn't do this. Now, yes, there is such a thing as constructive criticism. I am specifically saying complaining. Dang it. Alright, hello, it is me from the future. I just wanted to inform you that the next few minutes are just me singing along with the song, and I cut it out because it's very out of sync with the music, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, right, for context, when I start talking again, I had just finished singing and was, asking about my singing. So, don't worry about it too much. I just wanted to give you some context. Enjoy the rest of the video. How do you like my singing? It's my singing voice. I can do voices. The voices, they are in my head. I'm kidding, but I don't have voices in my head. I have visualizations in my head. I picture things in my mind. Oh, so I can ignore that pink orb. Okay, so I don't like the double speed because it's hard to tell what's going on, but new best. Shouldn't have let go. I heard someone say that today that, like, Vox from Has Been Hotel, which, by the way, if you haven't watched it, is not a child-friendly show. Just in case you were wondering. I heard someone mention that Vox is who everyone thought. So, Tenna, sorry, spoilers. So Tenna, the final boss of Deltarune Chapter 3, he, apparently Vox is what people thought Tenna was gonna be like, before Chapter 3 came out. Which, I mean, yeah, no, that makes sense. That's just... it's just... I don't know. That just... yeah, that's the vibe that can be fit. I don't know, just, power-hungry TV person who controls the media, stuff like that. However, I was not part of the Deltarune fandom until after the 3rd and 4th chapters dropped. So, if there is someone who is a Deltarune fan pre-chapters 3 and 4, and they would like to confirm this for me in the comments, please feel free to leave a comment about it, because, yeah. I was, an Undertale fan. I've been, an Undertale fan since, 2024, I think. I guess, maybe. Dang it. But then I bought Deltarune when Chapters 3 and 4 came out, because, I had already listened to some of the lore videos on Game Theory and stuff, and it's just... So I kind of just decided, you know what, frick it. I'm gonna... You know what, frick it. Chapters 3 and 4 coming out will be a good excuse to buy it. And honestly, I'm glad I did, because, Undertale is good, but Deltarune is better. Oh, hold on a sec, guys. Hold on a sec, you guys. Yo, I'm back. Sorry, my mom wanted my attention about something. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 ba. I clicked. Nah, whatever. But notice how I went dead silent the second we hit that spike tunnel. Like, you know, I love to express my joy and whimsy, but also gotta lock in real quick sometimes, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, but like just now, I started humming and then immediately stopped humming the second I went into the spike tunnel. This is just funny because it's like, I started humming right before I did that, and then I was just like, nope, frick it, nope, 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 I gotta focus. That was not necessarily my mental thought process, I'm just saying it's funny to me. I don't know. Is it funny to you? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, by the way, I can do a spinny voice like this, so I can talk weird. Does it sound weird to you? I think it sounds weird to me. I don't know how spinny it actually sounds to you, but I think it's kind of cool. It's not exactly perfect. It's not exactly perfect, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways. Spinny. I am spinny balls. I'm gonna spin these balls. Spin them good. Dang it, I impaled my balls. Oh wait, no. I impaled my ship. Oh no, I has been impaled in the stomach. Oh, you're not supposed to hit that. Okay. New best, though. Only by 1%, but a new best is a new best. I like how this song still has a little bit of Queen's song in it. Because this is the... Again, spoilers again, sorry. But this is the theme for, like, the Giga Queen or whatever. You fight her in, like, a Punch-Out style format, and it's just, like... This is Deltarune, by the way. And it's interesting because, like... It's like... There's some, I like how it's still... I like how I'm noticing there's still... At the beginning, especially... The beginning is mainly where I noticed it, but there's, like, a little bit of Queen's theme present in the song. Okay, so... I was thinking, like, oh, I need to be super accurate with those. I actually don't need to be that accurate. I actually don't need to be that, talking about, with the up and down mini-ship spikes right before the cube. It turns out I don't actually have to be that accurate with that. I just, before I was overshooting way too much. Anyways. Me when the bus hits a speed bump. Oh, that's nice. So it seems those spikes back there were just for decoration because it just let me ignore it. It just pushed me out of the way of them. So that's fun. Also happened last time I got there. Anyways. Speaking of getting there, I gotta lock in because I want to keep getting there. Because the more I get there, the more I can improve. So, I mean, honestly, technically, if we're going off percent, technically, I'm better at club step in the nightmare. But I don't know, I just feel better at this. I don't know, I think it's just this is more rewarding to be good at. Because, I don't know, like, the first part of club step is just controlled spam. Then it's like a little bit of memory and reflexes. Dang it. Speaking of reflexes, mine disappeared for like a split second and then I died. Then, like, the ship part is just annoying. Whereas this, crap. It's less annoying and it feels better to be good at. So I don't know if it... I don't know how hard this is by comparison. This level is called I'm Dead. This level's called I'm Dead. If anyone's got, like, the GDDL, Geometry Dash Demon Ladder, for anyone who doesn't know. If anyone's got, like, the... Dang it. For anyone who's got, like, the GDDL on hand, feel free to fact check on whether this or club step is actually harder. Crap. I'm not saying club step is harder. Again, if we're looking at percent, technically I've done better in club step than this. But again, this just feels more rewarding to be good at. Oh, also, it feels easier to commit to a specific level when I'm on camera, because when I'm on camera... Oh, dang it. When I'm on camera, I feel like... I knew best, though. When I'm on camera... And I do feel like new best, but, dang it. Got distracted, dang it. What I was trying to say was, what I feel... on camera, my feelings are, like, you know... Like, oh, I can't move on to a different level. I have to commit to this one because it's like boring and annoying to watch if I'm not like committing to a level. And sure, I don't have to do that. And sure, I can't, and yes, I can. That's not true. I can move on if I want. But that's not the point of this sentence. Right now, the point is that thought process is helping. Right now, that thought process is helping me commit to these levels by a healthy amount. And for right now, that's a good thing. I mean, a healthy amount is always a good thing, but, you know. When it stops being if it wasn't a good thing, then it would stop being healthy. And I'm not talking about, like, carrots are healthy. Carrots are healthy, because, like, yeah, you can still eat too many carrots. I mean in the sense of, like, carrots... I mean in the sense of, like, a healthy amount of carrots implies not eating too many. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, whatever. Point is, don't worry. Point is, don't worry. I'm not, like, forcing myself to do anything I don't want to. I know when it's, like, better for me to try to move on from stuff. I just... In terms of gaming, in terms of social interactions, I suck at those. Okay, I don't like the way that the platform tapers off because I keep clicking a lot at the last second and it's messing up my timings. Anyways, I need to focus now. You know, I'm enjoying chatting, but also I need to focus a bit more. Gotta focus up, lock in. Now, I would be singing lyrics to this song, but the main reason why I'm not is because the specific version of this song that I'm thinking of right now is not the appropriate version. Gotta focus again, though. Ah, so it does straighten out. Okay. So I have to... So I can't go diagonally. I can't go diagonally. I have to go down and then straight. I understand. I understand it now. You might have noticed a level early... There's a level that I found earlier, and Slash had heard of already, called Mixed Demons. You might have noticed it earlier when I was looking for this one, at the beginning of this video. Apparently, it's considered, like, a stupidly easy demon, because basically, it's all of the... Because it's all of the easiest parts from each of the easiest demons. When I say each of the easiest demons, I mean, like, you know, demons such as the Nightmare and Lightning Road, which, as I mentioned earlier, really aren't demon difficulty. I didn't mention the Lightning Road earlier, but it does also fall into that category, apparently. By the way, I've heard, like, people say, like, you know, a lot of people recommend the Nightmare because it's a good first easy demon. A good first easy demon. Not because it's enjoyable. It's actually not, to me personally, it's actually not that bad. It's like, you know, simple gameplay, and it's like, I like the patterns on the ball section at the beginning. Again, I'm only like a third of the... I've only gotten like 33% of the way in, so I don't know, maybe there's a lot more bullcrap, in other parts of the level. Although I don't like Lightning Road looking at it, because it's like one of those levels of, like, it's just messy to look at, and it's just like, you ever see those, like, unrated levels in the recent tab? Was just like some random person just, like, put a slew of random bullcrap and put a slew of random crap in places all over the level, and it's just like a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah. To me, from what I saw of Lightning Road feels like that, with, like, it just gives that vibe of being a mess, except the only difference is that it's actually a complete level. So it's basically just like if recent tab bullcrap was... I don't know, it just, to me personally, I'm not trying to slander it. Play it if you want. To me personally, it gives the... To me personally, I don't like the look of it, because it gives the vibes of, like, if recent tab bullcrap was an entire level. Like, if messy recent tab BS that it was, like, actually a functional level. Crap. Alright, I gotta focus now. Alright, we're gonna make a couple more tries at this, then we're gonna transition to something else to take a break, because this is getting... Because, again, good level. I'm getting annoyed. Oh, I got so lucky. I got so lucky. Okay, I didn't see that there. Wait, hold on. I wasn't paying attention. Was that a PB? Okay, so that was technically a PB because I got further than I have before. But it didn't count that as a PB because I didn't get a full percent past where I was. Doesn't have to be a full percent, but whatever. Personal PB was 31% before. I didn't get to 32%, but it was technically a PB because I got further than where I was. But anyways, that was progress, and I am now motivated to... And I have now gotten, like, the small dopamine pang that I need to be motivated to keep trying. Dang it. I forgot, like... I feel like the strat there... Like, don't take my word for it. I haven't tried... I'm gonna have to try this next time I get there, if I remember to do this. I feel like this... Dang it. I feel like the strat there is just, like... Getting up is first priority, and control is second priority. Like, as long as you don't... Like, basically there, it's just, like... Focus on getting up. Only put, like, enough energy into control so that you don't hit the ceiling. But, like, take a second to get yourself where you need to be. Then worry about flying straight. Dang it. Alright, so I need to be getting ready to drop down, like, as I'm... So I need to, like, start dropping down as I'm exiting that spike tunnel. Oh, my back. My back's just a bit weird. Because I've been a bit hunched over, so it just feels a bit weird now. Because I just leaned back. Hey, by the way, while you're watching, I just wanted to remind you, my grandma is coming out to visit me in, like, at this point, in, like, 3 weeks? 2.5 weeks, maybe, even? Yeah, no, like, honestly, she's coming out to visit me in, like, 2 weeks. So, and we're trying to reach 100 subscribers before she gets here, because if we have 100 subscribers when she gets here, then I'm gonna do a live stream with her. It'll be fun. I was thinking maybe speedrunning Deltarune, playing some Geometry Dash, and, like, showing it to her. And then maybe we find some co-op games to play together. It's just gonna be a chill and lovely and whimsy stream. And I think that sounds fun. And if you agree that that sounds fun, then you should subscribe so that we can do that. And if you don't agree, and if you disagree and don't think that sounds fun, I would still appreciate it if you would subscribe anyways, because subscribing is free, and it would get us one step closer to being able to do this live stream, which, even if you don't think that it sounds fun, and it would be much appreciated by me and everyone else who does want to see that. Yeah, so this video didn't actually get out before the live stream happened, but if you want, you can go watch it anyways. I will put it, like, in the description at the end of the video, and probably I might add a timestamp right now or something, I don't know. Ended up actually playing with my cousin a lot, because my grandma got pretty tired pretty quickly, but, you know, you can go watch that if you want, and, also... Also, you still should subscribe because I still want to get to 100 subscribers and it would still be appreciated. And you know, the sooner we get to 100 subscribers, the sooner we'll be able to do like bigger, more audience interactive things. Because like the only I would be very excited to do like a fun thing that's like highly interactive. The only thing stopping me from doing that is that we wouldn't have enough people watching. So if we can get a lot of people, that would be lovely. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Back to the video. So yeah, Grandma coming out in a bit, trying to reach 100 subscribers before then. If so, we're gonna do a live stream together. I think it'll be fun. If you agree, subscribe so that can happen. If you disagree, subscribe to humor me and everyone who does agree, please. It would be greatly appreciated. Crap, I fell for it. Anyways, gotta focus now, so I don't pull crap like that. Anyways, that was entirely my fault. Well, I looked away from the clock, and now it's just been 10 minutes. Crazy that that's how time works. Alright, I'm gonna give this a few more tries, then I'm gonna do something else. Unless I make progress. I was gonna say big progress, but honestly, it doesn't even have to be big progress. Like last time, like again, earlier, I got motivated. My motivation was, like, a large part of my motivation was restored, just by getting, like, not even a new percent. Not even getting a new personal best in terms of percent, but, like, just the fact that I got past where my PB was before. Crap. Alright, we got there. I'm gonna try again, and I'm gonna talk less so I can focus more. Because, again, if we keep getting there, we're gonna get better. The more times we get there, the better we get at that part. And the better we get at that part, the closer we get to getting past it. And then the cycle, and then rinse and repeat until I beat the level. But, you know, the further into the level we get, the harder it gets. Because even though I've beaten this before, doesn't mean I'm never gonna mess it up again. So it does get hard closer to the end, because closer to the end, you have to not mess up the entire rest of the level before you can even try the part that you're having trouble with. And yes, I know that's what practice mode is for. Or I don't use practice mode, so I'm not accounting for it. Oh. Alright. So we successfully went down. Now we need to go up. We gotta pull this stuff right here. We just gotta do it better. Oh, I didn't mean to jump there, but I still think it's funny that still works, even if you jump there. Oh, oops. There were spikes. But that's nice. 2 new bests in a row. I don't know if that was in a row. Editor me / you know, all you guys, let me know. I don't know. Might not have been. Whatever. Close enough to each other that's like pretty good. 2 new bests close enough to each other that I am happy with it, because we got, either way, at worst, we got 2 new bests very close to each other. And by my standards, that's good. Oop. Took too long to fly up. You could say, I'm taking too long. Sorry, phlegm in my throat. Let me try again. You could say, I'm taking too long. Nope. You're taking too long. Sorry, let me try that again. You're taking too long. Please leave. You're taking too long. You're taking too long. Is taking too long. Raw. I cannot do that laugh. And I can, kind of, but you know. Jackenstein is not my best impression. Weirdly, my best impression is Squidward. And the reason why that's weird is mostly because that's the impression I've put the least effort into. Basically, I learned how to do the what the Sigma meme. Basically, I figured out how to do the what the Sigma meme. And then, like, a month or 2 ago, I just randomly realized that I could just talk like that. Like, I just learned how to do the, what the Sigma? And then one day I just realized, and then, like, one day a little bit ago, I just realized I could just talk like this. Like, it's not perfect, but I mean, you know. I found it helps to put a bit of throat in it. I kind of forget to do that sometimes. I kind of forget to, like, back up the voice with my throat. Because otherwise it just sounds nasally. I just sound nasally. I just sound like a generic nasally voice. Now that's not always what I sound like when I'm not using my throat as part of the impression. But I'm just trying to make a point. I'm just trying to make a point here. Yeah, no. Anyways, I gotta lock in, guys. Oh no. Our table. It's broken. I just did an impression I just did an impression of someone doing an impression. That's fun. That's weird. Anyways. I'm gonna go back to living on a tiki head because I'm Squidward and I live under a rock. I know Patrick literally lives under a rock, but you know, I mean, giant tiki head is basically just decorative stone. Just fancy stone. Anyways. Gotta focus more now. Oh. Too early. Anyways. It has only been like 8 minutes since the last time I checked what time it was. Earlier when I said like, wow, it's been 10 minutes already, it was like 8:31. Now it's 8:39, so it's been like 8 minutes. And I was mostly saying that because I thought you would have been confused as to how it could have only been 8 minutes already. How it could have been 8 minutes. Because my brain assumed for some reason that you had the context that earlier I had said it was... that earlier, when I said it had been almost 10 minutes, it it had been 8:20 before that. And then my brain also assumed that you'd be confused by me not talking talking about 10-minute increments. I don't know. Brain weird. Anyways, my voice... I think this is just me, but my voice... I feel like my voice sounds a little weird after doing the Squidward voice impression. I don't think my voice sounds different. I think it is on my end. I can feel what that voice impression... I can feel what that Squidward voice did to my... I can feel what that Squidward voice did to my throat. So, I feel weird in my throat. Anyways, I forgot to go down there, so I'm gonna lock in now. I'm gonna lock in now, guys. What if I just talked like this for the rest of the video? Would you guys like that? Fart nuts. Crap. Someone told me I sound like Frozone once. They told me to do the "Where is my super suit" line. Hold on, I'll try to do it for you guys. Where is my super suit? I can't do it that well. I don't know. Someone told me that I sound like Frozone. I don't think I sound that much like Frozone. I hear the... Like, I hear the idea. I hear the idea. I don't think I sound like Frozone. Like, honestly... Like... And by my standards, that's not saying much. Because for me... Sorry if this sounds like bragging. I'm not trying to brag. I don't know if this is a thing for other people, but I have found personally that, like... I don't know. I feel like I can do, like, at the very least, a half-assed impression of most characters if I try hard enough. As long as they're a guy, I cannot do a girl voice for the life of me. Not even for any specific reason, but just, like... But not even for, like, any... like, the only reason behind that is just... I am a guy, and doing, like, being born as a... Trying to do a more feminine voice if you're born as a guy, is not that easy. And, you know... Again, born as a guy, identify as a guy. I'm just saying this generally, like, that requires... Like, that's just something that, like... I don't know, I just... For some reason, a girl voice is, like, the one thing... For some reason, like, doing, like, a more feminine voice is just, like, the one thing that requires a lot more practice. Honestly, mostly why I say this is, like... I don't know. Again, don't know this from personal experience, but anytime I've tried to do a feminine voice, I've, you know, failed miserably and been too embarrassed to keep trying. Not in, like, a bad way. I just mean, like, you know... I just, like, I can't pull that. I can't pull that off. Other than that, like... I watch, an Undertale/Deltarune YouTuber named Sybil's GD. She's really cool. You should go subscribe to her and watch some of her videos after you watch this one. But basically, she identifies as a girl. More recently has come out about doing voice training to get to achieve a more feminine sounding voice. And she's detailed how, like, it's really hard and takes a lot of practice. And she's mentioned, like it took her months of practice for it to still not be perfect. I don't know. I guess it's just, like... I guess it just has to do with, like, differences in the way... I guess it just... Dang it. I need to stop clicking at the beginning of the ship. I need to wait and to drop down first. I was gonna say, I guess it's just differences in the way, whatever. I said that in time with the music for an accident. I've been rambling about this for a while now. Whatever, sorry. Sorry if anything I said came across wrong, by the way. That just, you know, rambling, don't always know the right way to say things. But whatever. Point is just, like, I cannot naturally pull off, like, a feminine-sounding voice nearly as well as I can pull off, like, just any other voice. By the way, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I don't know if Jackenstein's a girl or not, but if she is, I will... If Jackenstein is a girl, I will point out the main reason why I can do kind of a Jackenstein impression is just because Jackenstein doesn't... You're taking too long. Also, Jackenstein isn't the same thing... is not the same entity as the pumpkin, technically. So, I mean... Whatever, we don't know the pumpkin's gender. But anyways, if Jackenstein is a guy, then never mind. But if Jackenstein is a girl, then, you know, the you're taking too long pumpkin doesn't have a very feminine voice, so it's not, you know, very hard. Also, by the way, do you ever have this thing where, like, you can inhale speak? Like, you know how, like, talking works with you exhaling and stuff? I've found that sometimes... I can do the same thing.
But by inhaling? You see what I mean? But, like, the only...
Anyways, I'm gonna talk normally for now, though, so that you can hear me better. But I was gonna say... crap. Not what I was... I did say that, but not what I was trying to say. I was just gonna say... I've found... When I just do it normally, I sound very raspy. And the only... Sometimes when I... Okay, I was just gonna say sometimes when I talk like that, I just accidentally end up sounding like a vampire. Because
when I talk like this, I'm just inhaling, and it's very breathy and messy. But the only way to make my speech more refined is to make tongue movements that give me a vampire accent.
I don't know if you could hear anything I was saying there, but I was just saying, you know, when I do it without any... When I just do it normally, it sounds too breathy. But the things I have to do with my mouth to get it to sound more intelligible are also the things that I have to do with my mouth to sound like a vampire, so that's funny. Anyways, I'm clicking too early on those arrows, and it's getting me to mess up the ball part, which is not something I should be messing up, so I'm gonna stop talking and actually focus now. See, I did click there. That was my point about the ledges tapering. I think that's the only reason why I didn't get that. Anyways. See, again, I clicked there, but I fell off the ledge, so it didn't register it. And since I only clicked once, you know, I really don't like that. I don't know if that's an intentional design choice, but... Dang it. But I dislike this. But so far, that's my main complaint with this level. And yeah, I do keep messing up parts of this level. But that's entirely my bad. That's just I'm not paying enough. Dang it. That's just I'm not paying attention because I'm busy talking to you guys. And I'm not good enough at the game yet to be able to play even remotely. I'm not good enough at the game yet to be able to play that well, all that well, while also not actually paying attention. Also, even if I was that good at the game, I'd still have a lot of trouble with that, because for me, my gameplay style is like, dang it. This could just be like a yeah, duh, it's the same experience for everyone thing, but I don't know that, so I'm telling you guys anyways. But, like, for me, when something, like, if there's a hard thing in a game, it's a lot easier the second time, because I know what I'm doing. You know, I've beaten it once. It's that whole thing. I don't know if you've heard of this before, but basically, excuse me, if you exercise a lot and get really fit, and then stop exercising and get out of shape again, and then start exercising again, the second time it takes you a lot less time. It takes you a lot less time to get back into shape than it does to get you in shape in the first place. It's that, but mentally. I know what I'm doing. You know, I know what I'm doing. I've beaten it. In the past, I have pushed my skills to the point where I can. Okay, I just don't know what's going on with that platform, but whatever. Like, you know, in the past, I have pushed my skills to the point where I can beat this. And, you know, by beating this once, I pushed the upper limit of what I am capable of. But the upper limit of what I am capable of has not receded all that much. So the only hard part is just hitting that upper limit again. But also, it's a lot easier once you know what you're doing. But just like, you know, first time I beat Jevil, it took me like a couple of days. Second time I beat Jevil, it wasn't that bad because, you know, first of all, again, knew what I was doing. Second of all, I pushed my... Beating Jevil the first time had pushed my abilities to a point where I could, you know, beat him. So the second time, I still... You know, the upper limit of my abilities were still high enough that I could be... But new PB, by the way. The upper limits of my ability were still high enough that I could beat him. All I had to do was reach that upper limit again. But anyways, whatever. Point is, first time it's hard, because you are increasing your maximum capacity for difficulty. Because first time you do something hard in a game, you have to take the time to increase your maximum capacity, to push your upper difficulty limit to a point where you can beat it. Second time it's a lot easier because you've retained most of that upper limit. You've retained most of that upper limit. You just have to reach that you just have to hit your upper limit again. You don't have to stretch your abilities further than they are. You just have to get back to the point where you were like, you know, at the height of your abilities. Anyways. I'm rambling. My bad if I'm being boring, but, you know. Hey, by the way, guys, there is a YouTuber I like named TJ Veen. You should go watch him. He has like 4K subscribers, so I mean, like, you know, and relative to me, he's not that small of a YouTuber. Relative to others, he is, though, because, again, only 4,000 subscribers. It's not a lot in this day and age, I guess. I mean, still pretty good, but in my opinion, but, you know. But yeah, he streams Mondays through Fridays, and he's been doing Geometry Dash lately. So far, he's beaten all of the main levels. The 10... Dang it. Alright, give me a sec. The 10 most... He's beaten all of the main levels. He's beaten all of the main levels, the top 10 most liked easy demons, and he's currently working on... And he's now moved on to the top 10 most liked medium demons, and he's just going to keep going up until he hits extreme demons. Right now he's on skeletal shenanigans. Although, here's the thing. But yeah, again, you should watch him after this video. TJ Veen is his name. But yeah. I'll put the link in the description, I guess. Sybil's too, I mentioned her earlier. But yeah, he's still doing the top 10 most liked medium. He is doing the top 10 most liked medium demons, but after skeletal shenanigans, he's going to be doing them by order of difficulty. So basically, you know, just... It's still the top 10 most liked medium demons. He's just doing the top 10 most liked medium demons by order of difficulty, not by order of likes. You know, difference between filtering and sorting, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways. I'm gonna focus, because I have to go soon, and I want to get at least one more good run in, if I can. Hey, Hey, finale. Because this is the finale. Dang it. Shouldn't have done that extra click. Dang it. Honestly, if I focus, I really have, like, once I focus... Dang it. Focusing is just the hard part. Once I focus, I really have, like, every part of this down except for like, the 30% ship. Like, you know, I kept messing up earlier, but earlier I was yapping. Now that I'm talking less, I'm focusing more. Now that I'm focusing more, I'm doing better. Gee, what a coinky-dink. It's funny how that works. And then, of course, I don't have any problems with this. I've never really had any major problems with that part. I don't like that it goes fast. But now that I know what I'm... But now that I've gotten through it multiple times, I know what I'm doing, so it doesn't matter anymore because I know what's happening. The reason why I hate fast parts at first... in levels is just because I die faster than I can actually get an understanding of what's going on. And so, like, you know, if I can't get a concrete understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing, then, like, we have a problem. because then I'm just gonna keep dying there. And I'm just gonna never learn what to do, and I'm just gonna get frustrated. Anyways, I really do have to go soon. By the way, in this level, for this ball section, you really do have to click, like, on the markers, not in front of them. If you click in front of them, you're gonna clip the spikes and die. Dang. At that point, it should have just taken the risk and gone for the coin. Might have been more likely to live, honestly. Not like I was not like I was considering going for the coin in, just realizing that, ironically, at that point, I had already fricked it. I had already fricked it up, so I would have had a better chance. I would have had a better chance if I tried to get the coin. Okay, that was a bit close for comfort, but it's fine. We're fine. We're chill. We're chill. Oh. I let myself go 2 down. My brain forgot that that's not 35% quite yet, and was trying to dodge the... Because when I died previously, I saw a square. For the hitboxes showed a square, and that's what the hitboxes had shown off in the distance at 35, when I died at 35%, so my brain was like, oh, 35% time, and I started going down to try to avoid the thing that I had hit last time. Which my brain associated with it being associated with being a cross that hit me, but I think I ran into some saws. But anyways, yeah, I gotta hold up just a little bit. I gotta go just a little bit more up on that part. But yeah, honestly, if there's one thing to take away from this video, well, dang it. I don't know. It's not really a thing to take away from this video, but it's just... For me personally... Dang it. Wasn't paying attention. Just, like, honestly... For me, the hard part about this game isn't content For me, the hard part about this game, when recording specifically, isn't the game itself. It's the content creation. Dang it. Because it's just, like... You know, I have to choose one thing to give my attention to. I can't be good at being interesting. I can't be good at being interesting and be good at the game at the same time. I mean, I also feel like sometimes I'm not super interesting because I feel like sometimes I just ramble about random stuff. Which, you know, doesn't translate to being funny. Honestly, I watched that one video of me playing that one game with my dad. I think I need to play more games with friends. I think it's easier to be funny when you're around your friends. I don't know. Not in the sense of, not in like the, oh, I feel more comfortable around my friends sense, but like, more in the sense of like, you know, human interaction is easier to make funny than sitting alone in my room, basically talking to myself. Like in these videos, it seems like I'm talking to you guys, but like, I might as well just be talking to myself. Actually, yeah, no, I guess it is. I guess it is the more I feel comfortable about around. I guess it is the I feel comfortable around my friends thing. Except it's not feeling comfortable around my friends so much as, you know, just I loosen up around my friends, and therefore, you know, be more goofy. Anyways, we got. I have to go now, but we got. All right, let me pause the music real quick. All right, so. Again, I have to go. We got 10% further. That's pretty good. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Hope you thought that was fun. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you would please subscribe so that we can reach 100 subscribers before my grandma gets here, as I mentioned. Um, because yeah, that would just again, if you agree, please subscribe. Please subscribe so we can make it happen. If you disagree, please subscribe for the sake of me and all the people who do agree. Yeah, let me know if there's anything specific you guys want to see next, in the comments, and I'll consider it. Other than that, bye. See you next time. Bye.